Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Crop variety improvement. Now, what is the aim of improving the variety? The aim is to find a variety of crop which can withstand different situations like high soil salinity, diverse climatic condition, whether the soil is more saline, whether it is slightly more acidic or slightly more basic, diverse climatic conditions in hot, so that same crop can be grown in hot region as well as in slightly cold regions. Then water availability, that crop should be able to withstand drought and flood conditions, and that crop gives us good yield. For example, in case of wheat and rice, if each plant gives us more number of seeds, then we will say the crop is giving us good yield. Okay, this is our aim of improving the crop variety. Now, how is it done? How do we obtain better quality of seeds? First way is hybridization. Okay, hybrid, as the name suggests, it is crossing between genetically dissimilar plants to produce new types. So, genetically dissimilar plants, you know that reproduction occurs only when there are two seeds, that is gametes of that pollen grains and the ovules, they are genetically similar, then fertilization takes place. But artificially, fertilization can be done in laboratories between two different types of plants which are genetically dissimilar. Then after fertilization, seeds are produced, and then those seeds are selected which have desirable characteristics. Okay, so crossing between genetically dissimilar plants to produce new types. Out of those new types, which seeds are selected which have desirable characteristics. So the high yielding varieties are developed, and the crossing can be intervarietal, interspecific and intergeneric. Intervarietal means different varieties of plants. For example, the wheat which we are using today, it is actually a hybridization between two varieties of wheat. Okay, and the result was the new seed has better quality and better yield. Then interspecific means two different species. Okay, for example, two different species of oats were hybridized and which gave rise to a better quality of oats. And then next is intergeneric, that is two different genera. Okay, two different genera altogether, they are hybridized to give rise to a new kind of crop. So this is hybridization, in which genetically different types of crops are actually undergone, they are made to fertilize together, and which gives rise to a new type of seed with desirable characteristics. Another way of improving the crop variety is genetically modified crops, which are also called GM crops in short. Okay, in this what happens, you know that all the living organisms are made up of cells, and each cell contains a nucleus. Inside the nucleus there are chromosomes which have genes, which actually these genes decide the characteristics of the living organism. Now, in plants, what is done, a desirable gene is incorporated into the cell or the tissue, and when this cell grows, it gives rise to a plant which will have that desirable characteristics. So, such a crop is called genetically modified crop. Okay? So, incorporating new gene that provides desirable characteristics in the crop. The example is BT cotton. It is a recent development. It is a genetically modified cotton crop with a much better yield. So, these were two types of crop variety improvement. Now, while developing better variety, what factors are considered by the scientist? What do they look for while improving the crop variety? This also varies from plant to plant, from crop to crop. First and the most important factor will be higher yield. As I told you, from the given piece of land, we want more yield, better quantity. This is about the quantity of crops which we harvest after the after each harvesting, what quantity do we produce. So to increase the productivity of crop per acre of land, this is the first and the foremost requirement. This will improve the money which the farmers get, okay, per acre of land. So this will improve their standard of living also. Secondly, improvement in the quality. Now this improvement in quality actually varies from crop to crop. For example, in case of wheat, we are looking for better baking quality. In case of pulses, we want better protein quality. Then in case of oil seeds, what we look for, more quantity and quality of oil which we obtain from these seeds. So quality varies depending upon what type of crop it is there. Thirdly, biotic and abiotic resistance. Bio word means living. So biotic stress means the pathogens, that is the microorganisms which cause disease, the insects, the nematodes or the worms. These organisms, they can harm the growing crops. So we want a crop which can resist the harmful effects caused by these biotic stress. Another is abiotic. Abiotic means the non-living part. Like if there is shortage of water or the drought-like condition, the salinity of the soil. Sometimes soil is slightly more acidic, slightly more basic. So we want a crop which can actually be resistant to such slight changes. Then water logging, that is excess of water in the soil, heat, cold, or maybe the frost. So basically what we are looking for is a crop which is resistant. That means which will not get affected by slight changes in these conditions. So we'll have better yield and our loss will be minimized. Okay. Next, fourth one is changes in the maturity duration. Maturity duration means how much time does the crop need or the crop takes to completely get mature and when it is ready for being harvested. So if the maturity duration is shortened, what will happen? Firstly, the cost will reduce. The total cost of production will reduce because then you will need less irrigation time. Okay. Secondly, if this maturity duration is shortened, the farmer can grow more number of crops in a given year. Okay. After one harvest, they can actually sow the seeds for the next crops. All right. So this is a desirable characteristic. The shorter duration from sowing to harvesting, it makes the crop more economical and farmers can grow multiple rounds of crop every year. Next, fifth factor of crop variety improvement is wider adaptability. We need varieties that can adapt to different climatic conditions so that a single variety can be grown in different climatic conditions. In India, you know that climate changes after every few hundred kilometers, the climate changes. Even during a given year, the climate varies. All right. So from northern to southern India, there is a lot of change in the climatic conditions. So we try to look for a variety which can grow very well in different climatic conditions. And last one is desirable agronomic characteristics. Agronomic is the characteristic features of that crop. Now this also varies from crop to crop depending upon what we are looking for. For example, if we are growing a fodder crop, we want tall and profuse branch trees so that there is more number of leaves which we can feed to our cattle. While on the other hand, in case of cereals, we need dwarfness. Dwarfness is desirable because if the plant is tall, unnecessarily it is utilizing the nutrients from the soil and to produce more leaves or more branches which are not required. In cereal crops, we need only those seeds like rice or the wheat seeds. All right. So we want dwarf plants but with more number of seeds. So agronomic characteristics also vary from plant to plant, from crop to crop. All right. That's all from this topic.